Well, hello there ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my Transport Fever series here on White Valley. Today in episode number 29, we're going to go ahead and take to the skies and we're going to start some flying. Though because every town's now connected up, I also want to go ahead and just start to tweak at stuff now. I don't feel we really have any individual objectives, so we are going to go ahead and do some tweaking here and there as well throughout episodes. Go ahead and change things up a bit. And first of all, it's this station here, which has too many people, it always does. But Hampstead to Bangor, you've got too many people on you, so how can we go ahead and resolve this issue? The problem is that you have only 2 trains. Now you are HSTs, so I don't think, unless we get rid of HSTs, we can, or maybe even add in another one. The problem is with the 2 HSTs is that they don't struggle, but they are, I mean, it's just the train types they are. They get bunched together. How full are you? Quite full. We could always add a third one onto the route. I believe the other one should be in the platform right now, so thing is, you just need to slow down just a tiny bit. Just need to go ahead and give you a bit of a breather. So when the other one leaves the station, it's only just arrived at the station. It's that train there. It's just stopped now. It's that train there. Yep, there we go. So you're emptying. So I'll now allow this one to go. Wait for that other train to empty. It's got some loading time, I think. That's the problem with this train, the HST. It takes a long time to load and unload. So that's probably not a good thing. We'll go ahead and actually pause you again. Give you a few more seconds and then allow you to go. Right, so that should hopefully make some difference there. That'll also go ahead and hopefully clear out this station a bit. You've got a lot of people waiting here, but again, it's mainly that route. Our route from Bangor to Botry is doing quite well. How many people are on that train? Stop train. Right, click. There we go. Me saying click isn't going to make it appear, but that train is just about full, and then this train here, not too bad as well, so it's going to be making a decent profit there. Right, so we're going to start off by flying this episode. Again, I'm curious, why are things so busy here? What's up with the trams here, like? That's the thing, I've even got Citadis trams. It's just this town is so busy, isn't it? It is. It's absolutely crazy. Let me go ahead and just check up on Chorley here quickly. So TR Chorley. You're running Citadis trams and they're chock-a-block. It's because of the frequency, there's only 4 of them, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add on some more trams, maybe 2 or 3 new trams onto this network. And it could also be expanded, this network as well, but I'll leave that expansion for another time. So let me add in 1, 2, we'll go for 3, 4, double the capacity on this network, and that's onto, whoa, that was nearly a problem, Chorley. So off you trams go, so that should make a difference. It's gone ahead and cut the frequency in half, and that should hopefully go ahead and clear some of the backlog. And the nice thing is to see here, the people waiting at this train station, it's quite evenly spread, which is nice. Anyway, I digress. Planes. This is what I want to focus on this episode. So, what towns and where can we fly between? What I would maybe like to do is have a Maidstone airport or a Coburn airport. So have one over this side of the map. Have maybe a Hetton airport. But also have one, I think we should start off with one in between Bangor and Hampstead for this side of the map. And then maybe have one over at, as I said, Maidstone or Coburn. And then have flights going between those two. I think that would be quite a good idea to start off with. Because currently if you want to go between these 2 regions, hypothetically say you start in Bangor and you want to go to Maidstone. Yeah, Maidstone, I think that's fair. So you'd have to go from Bangor to Hampstead. Then you can either get the train into Hetton, change from the Bayside station on a tram down to the, or sorry, change from Central station, go via tram down to the Bayside station, get a train from Bayside all the way into Maidstone, and that would be fine. Or you could go from Hampstead, you can get the direct train all the way round to Burnham, and then get a direct train from Burnham all the way to Maidstone. So you're at least going to have to go on 3 different train routes, and possibly a tram, depends on the way you go. Whereas if we go ahead and fly, which, there's 3 large cities here, I think we could go ahead and get a route there. Then I think it'd be quite successful. Then with regards, you've got quite a few towns reliant on Maidstone, Prince Dobster, Doncaster, and Coburn's really nearby. I think we could go ahead and make it happen. Where are we going to put the airport though? Realistically, I think the airport should go in and around here, and we can also build a train station for it as well. I think that would be quite a good idea. Don't know how it's taken this long for me to go ahead and build planes, but it sort of has, which is crazy. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to build a large airport by default. That's what I'm going to do. I think it's for the better, but as we can see, it is absolutely crazily large. So what I would like to do is probably build it in there. Though, I mean, there is terrain collisions, and also I need to go ahead and readjust the roads here. Probably make it a bit more indirect, which is fine. I've not really got any of my routes on it. So let's go ahead and cut this right back, cut you back, and we'll go ahead and connect you up. You're not in use, are you? None of those 3 industry locations are in use right now, but that's fine. So let's cut that road right back to there. What I want to do is go for a nice large country road, and you're going to come out of this junction here actually, and then you're basically just going to follow the railway tracks very closely now, which is going to be a bit of a change. Now I'm not really at all sure where along this road we are going to put in a train station, so we'll leave a bit of a gap, and then this road will come in to there like that pretty much, which is nice. Now, let's go for the airport. So the large airport, it can fit in here. It's not surprisingly going to cost me too much, actually. But say we put that there for 12 million, then that works out nicely. I think that factory may be in the... or that's a quarry, sorry. It's a little bit in the way, but it's not too bad. I think you could justifiably fly past that. And we start off here with... or I kinda have up to 4 terminals. That's why I built a large airport like this. Now, I'd want to go ahead and I'm going to have to sort of build a train station here. I think there's 2 lines which come through here. We've got the Hampstead to... that is the town of Bangor, and then we've got also one which goes up to the town of... I should know this, Botry. I don't know why I don't know all my towns off by the top of my head, because I've been playing this game a lot recently with a mass recording session, so kind of odd. But hey ho. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this infrastructure upgrade here. Let's me go ahead and get rid of that train, get it out the way. And now we've got a wee bit of free room. Now this might go ahead and change the HSTs, which we just went ahead and looked at the start of this episode, just because there's going to be an additional stop here. So let me go ahead and cut this back. It's going to need to be a really long station as it is anyway, which is fine. So that should hopefully give us enough room to go ahead and build the station. So let's go into rail, let's go into stations. Now I'm going to need a 4-platform station, which is nice and easy to build. So again, we're going to go for this. Let's go for 4, let's go for 320. Let's rotate. High speeds, a 2nd street connection is okay. So what I want is that to go in there like that. Yeah? Yeah, that's good. So this side here is going to have an easy run-in, a very easy run-in for that matter. We can just go ahead and have that drop down to 47. The trains are going to be stopping here anyway, so that's fine. And then you have a much better, cleaner connection, 139 miles per hour. Much better at this side. Which is sorted like that. Now this side is going to take a little bit more editing. I just need to go ahead and change the approach slightly. Which is going to need me to cut this line back quite a bit more actually, right back to this corner basically where these tracks merge together, though I don't want to get rid of these junctions I've got because these are quite important. The good thing is we can keep a lot of speed there right until the end actually, which is nice, and then hopefully we'll be able to do the same right throughout this network. So again, that's keeping good speed. Again, this should keep good speed, 186. And also 186 right along to here, 141, 164, 186, 186, which is perfect. Okay, so that's that actually built already. Not get the train to stop here just yet anyway, but this is good. This is very good indeed. So I just need to go ahead and re-update the signals, and I'm a much happier person now. Nice large station, very large station. You do actually realise at times after a while how long these 320 metre stations are. They are very long indeed, but I do need to accommodate very long trains. And we definitely need I mean, I think our longest train, I'm not really at all sure what it is these days. The HST isn't that long, because I've got the smaller version of it, to be fair. We've got some really long TGVs in action, going from Hampstead round to Burnham. So that's interesting. Burnham could probably support an airport as well, actually, based on its population. What I would like to do is I'd like to give Maidstone a go though, and possibly update its tram. I believe Maidstone, if we look by population, Maidstone is 5th, Coburn is 3rd, so these two towns having a joint airport would make sense. And then with regards to Chorley and Hetton, I mean, Chorley can be quite easily connected up to the network too. Hetton, I'd love to get an airport in there, but I just don't know where it's going to go, that's the thing. So what I would like is I could have an airport round about here and have a train station just in here. Well, that would be good, and have the airport over here, that would be nice. So let's see if we can go ahead and try and achieve that. Now again, I want to build a large airport. Now we could build that there, which should be fine. And then I believe the airport would extend this way, which is even better. So say we do that. Didn't cost that much, nice runway going right over the lake there. Then what I can do is I can build a station in here as well. The problem is the line that goes from here goes from Maidstone to Kendal. So we might need to go ahead and add more trains to it if it's adding an additional stop, because I've got a large feeling based on here it's already overcrowded. I did just recently upgrade the trains on it, to be fair, but I think it needs a little bit more. It's actually in the negative, amazingly. No, that's a different route. Kendal to Maidstone, it's in the profit, but it runs only every 3 minutes. But some of these trains are very, very, very full indeed, so I would need to go ahead and add in more trains. That's not a problem, that can be easily done. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut this back right here. We are still paused, which is fine. We can close most of these interfaces as well temporarily. Now this is going to have an effect on the bridge here, that's the only concern that I have. But I mean, I can go ahead and adjust that quite easily. So we might need a slightly shorter, I know what kind of train we have though. We can fit that in easily, what am I talking about? So 2 platforms, you guys are going to go in. This is going to be the problem though, is that the orientation. I could do with a curved train station. I've never built a curved train station before, you know that, I've not. Don't know how I've not. Say we build you there, then I'd have to rebuild the bridge, but that'd be fine, and then I can have a short tram just going back and forth here. Yeah, we'll do that. Although, should I... I'm going to attempt to build a curved railway station. I'm pretty sure it's part of the default game now. Though at the same time, it could be a mod. I'm starting to think this, and I do have the mod, but I don't think I have it enabled. I've got like 100 mods enabled on this map anyway, and the reason I don't have like 4,000 on is because the map takes forever to load as it is. I'm very conscientious about load time. Can we bend them? I mean, roof, platform roof, sorry, nope, that's not going to be any good. I can't really see any obvious way to curve it, so no, I'm not going to be able to, I don't believe. M and N to rotate, nah, there's no obvious interface, right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build that back in there. Can we build you? Build you like that, which is fine, so as soon as you come out the tunnel, we're going to go ahead and run that into there. 82 and 76, and then run that into there, 75 and 81. Now this is where the interesting part's going to be. We're going to go ahead and cut back this bridge quite a bit. This is a very old school bridge. This would have been built a long time ago as well. So let's chase you back a little bit, and then what I would like is I would like this to just have a... I'm happy to build another bridge, but hopefully it can just be a bit shorter. So that runs like that, so I mean it's going to be a very similar, I'm going to have to keep a bridge, just based on the terrain, but it hasn't cost too much, only about $1 million to build that, and then to double up another 600,000, so not too bad in the slightest. Right, let's go ahead and build. So we are going to add some signals there, some signals here, some more signals here. This isn't actually going to be the interesting bit. We're going to have a tram which goes from this train station to the airport. A very short tram, but I guess you get a lot of them, to be fair. Like Airline trams, very much at... I suppose Edinburgh has that sort of setup now, where you get off the train and you need to get on a tram to the airport, though It is also just a general commuter tram, and the tram is expensive as anything. It's beyond. It's so ridiculously high. We'll also allow people to drive to the airport. That's something which I'm all for. Then we'll have to have another road. We'll keep this as a special bus road here, which comes along, and that will go into... I can actually connect to there. And we'll have another stop over here, and then we'll even have a turning circle, or no, we'll actually have a stop. So we can have a stop there and a stop there, and then we'll also have an additional road that comes up to the airport there as well, and for airport's sake, we'll upgrade this road too. Though I can't do that across the tracks, but that's fine. Right, okay, so that's nice. So now what we need to do is add in the trams for this small intersection. So let's go back to passengers. Gonna go for a very small station. We don't need a large station at all for this. Let's go electric, yes. And let's build that like that. Then with regards, we can just do a basic bus stop there, and then we'll have the other terminus just in here like so, which is nice. Right, okay, so let's go ahead and jump into bus stops, get a bus stop there, and that is magic. So let's go ahead and create this route. Let's go into trams, let's go into routes. Let's start you off at Maidstone. You're going to go to the Grove, then to Lower Maidstone, then back into the Grove. So this is going to be the TR, and it's going to be, we're just going to call it Airports MC, I think, for Maidstone Coburn, because it is sort of a joint airport. So let's allow for that. So I'm going to call this Maidstone Coburn, if I could spell that better. So Coburn Airport, which is nice. Okay, so that's MC Airport. I've not spelt Coburn right. There's also not a space in between it. Coburn, not Coburn. There we go. Right, finally. So that's that named, and that tram is ready to go, basically. So all we need to do is put some trams onto the route, which we can do nice and easily. Now, I'm not going to have a lot of trams. It's such a short route, and it's really, I don't think there's going to be too many people changing. So we're just going to put 2 T1s onto it. We're going to go ahead and throw those on, and those are good to go. Okay, so the next thing is to do now is to modify the... We're actually going to start the airplane route before we get trains stopping in the station, so we can build up some demand for stopping. So let me go ahead and go to planes for the first time. Let's go to new, and let's go from here at Maidstone Coburn all the way over here to... I guess this is actually a joint airport as well. It's Hampstead's Bangor, I guess you could call it, which is fine. So this is going to be MC to... What is it? Hampstead Coburn. So we should maybe go... Well, let's just do MCHC. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do that. So Maidstone Coburn to Hampstead. It's not actually, it's HB Bangor, which is fine. Right, okay, so that route is good to go. So now we need to go ahead and get some planes on here. Now this is one thing I've not looked at, is plane mods. We might have a few additionals in, but it's pretty much going to be vanilla game planes in here. Let's see what we've got. Now, okay, we actually have quite a lot of planes. A lot more than I thought. I'm going to go for ones which have a very low running cost. That's very important to me, and a lot of these have 3 million. This one's quite good actually, the Yak 40. That did get suggested to me by somebody, though I've gone ahead and got rid of your... I often write things down these days, which is quite good. Thinking maybe starting with some Boeing 737s. We'll go with some Lufthansa. Let's say Lufthansa's won the first ever contract. And let's go ahead and put 3 of these on. Running cost of $1 million per year, can carry 21 passengers. So those are now good to go. As we can see, they're coming out of the gate here. I don't actually know if that's official Lufthansa colouring. I've never ever seen a Lufthansa plane, surprisingly, in an airport before. I know it's a really, really big German airline, but the only time I've ever been near to Germany on a plane is probably like Copenhagen, which isn't, I mean, it's not that close. Well, it is, it borders the country, but I realise it does a lot of transatlantics, but even at airports, you look out the window and you see lots of planes. I can't even recall seeing a Lufthansa train, which is really weird. Anyway, let's go ahead and make this change. So from Bognor, you go and stop in here now. And then after Hampstead, you stop in Hampstead here. This train station cannot stay this. This is going to be called the HB... Well, we'll call you Airport HB like so. Then we're also going to rename you Hampstead Bangor like so. Which is nice, so that's just a little bit better. So that's Airport HB, so that's the first route dealt with. Now if we do the Hampstead Portishead, interestingly that train is full. We might need to add some more trains onto this route as well. So after Bawtry, you're going to call in here, and then before or after Hampstead, you're going to call in here. Now this also might go ahead and take some pressure off. I mean, I suppose we've got this extra line here, so it doesn't really, it's not going to take any pressure off Hampstead, it's not at all, which is fine. Right, so how are you guys doing? Most of you look quite full. These trains which go from Bangor to Hampstead, though I've obviously not updated the naming principle here, have I? Hampstead to Portishead, it is to Portishead to be fair. So we've got... It's doing quite well. We've just got a lot of full trains, I think, coming out of the town here of Bangor. No, this isn't Bangor, this is Bawtry anyway, so I'm getting confused, getting muddled. I'm going to add in one more Stadler Flirt just to go ahead and ease things going forward. So Stadler Flirt, add one of you guys and deploy yous onto the network. So you're good to go. Now with regards to the HSTs, are they going to be okay? Are they going to work with this? I think they should. If not, though, again, I'm getting ready to change those if need be. We'll continue to monitor them. So that's the changes at this end. Then if we jump over to this end, quite an easy change. We just need to wait for a train to come along, which the train has just left the station there. Kendal to Maidstone, you're just about full. So after Coburn, you're going to call in here, and then after Maidstone, you're going to call in here, which is fine. We are going to add some more trains onto this route as well. So let's go ahead and buy trains. As we can see, this train is quite full as well, so we'll just add maybe one or two more in. Your 168-seater, which is these ones here. So let's buy one of yous. Let's put yous onto the Kendal Maidstone route. And voila, so that has us now got trains to support our new route, which I'm excited for. With every additional train station you put, that goes ahead and reduces the frequency just based on the fact that the train has to stop, so it is quite important. But we're now underway at this airport, which is good, so we'll come back to this later in the episode and see how it's doing. So at the last episode, I went ahead and touched on basically our sailing here, and I've actually gone ahead and got rid of a boat just because there seemed to always be a boat waiting and I thought it was a bit inefficient, so we've gone ahead and chucked down some more boats here, which is fine. The boats are still doing relatively profitable, which is nice. What I want to do now, though, is introduce more boats into this canal, I think, because I want to go ahead and start to serve the town of Thaxted and Newton Abbot with both some fuel. I think that could be quite useful. Now, do we have navigatable waters which will reach here? With regards to the bridges right now, no, but things can change if we go ahead and increase the height of the bridges. So let's go ahead and build a port. We'll actually build a port before the bridge here. Let's go ahead and get some cargo. Let's get a cargo harbour. And let's go ahead and build that like so. And we can have a nice basic road going from here to here for the time being, which is fine. So that allows me to go ahead and create a new boat route, which is going to go from here, Newton Abbot, to here. We're going to need to go ahead and upgrade this port, that's for sure. Though I hope there's room in the river, because if there's not, we could be in a bit of trouble. This is going to be a BT, and this is going to be from... I mean, what is this place? This is, I guess this is Thaxted. Though, no, we'll just call you Oil Newton. Yeah, that makes sense. Oil to Newton, which is fine. Let me go ahead while there's no boat here and upgrade this. It's not giving me a lot of room in the river, but boats I think will actually just glide through this, which is fine. I also want to do the same here, which is nice as well. And we've still got navigatable waters, which is the main thing. We don't actually have navigatable waters here, but as long as boats can get in, I'd be happy with that. We can possibly move the this boat thing back, there is a blockage, so you can't get through because, of course, there's no... Right, okay, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Right, let's downgrade you back to 1. Though I can't do that because there's a vehicle in the way. What we're going to do is we're actually maybe going to move this port up the river a little bit, actually. Go ahead and just change it up so we can allow for 2 ports. And I think we're also going to move this road back a little bit here. So let me change that temporarily. What we're going to do is we're going to have this road. I know it's going to be a little bit inefficient for the buses, but the buses lose a half a second, they lose half a second. Then what we'll do is we'll have this... Why can't I build that? For too much slope. How? Tell me how, game, tell me how. Right, upgrade that small section there. Then let's do the new road coming from here across there like that. So that gives a lot of room for a port. And then a nice wee natural curve into there. So if we do need to, we can go ahead and move this port along. Right. So we just need to wait for this boat to clear out the way, which hopefully shouldn't take too long. Though I think we've not got a connection, that's why. So that's fine though. Let's go ahead and destroy this. We're going to absolutely demolish all of our demands, but I think it'll build up quite quickly, especially if we're trying to get a new route integrated here. Let's go ahead and delete this already. The vehicle has gone, game. The vehicle has gone. Right, the vehicle's 100% gone now. Let me delete this. It's gone. Give up. There's no vehicle in the way. Stop you. Right, so you're stopping, though you take forever to slow down. There's not a vehicle in the way. I can... Oh, there's a vehicle. It's a bus vehicle, though. Right, that's fair. Right, so you just build into there like so. So can that bus just disappear? Yes, it can. Let's go ahead and destroy you now. We can go ahead and pause the game because the game's probably having absolute babies right now. So let's go ahead and go for 2 terminals. Let's go for navigatable waters. Though realistically we're going to have it all the way up here. Or we're just going to have 2 docks. So you can have you right across the river there. That's as far back as it can go. But it's not creating consistent navigatable waters, which isn't good. So we're going to have 2 cargo terminals here, which is fine. It's not a problem, I don't think. So let's go ahead and stick you in there, which is 1. And then we'll go ahead and stick in the other one, get navigatable waters back on. We should be able to get you in there like that, which is fine. So if we now go ahead and reconnect yous up by roads, hopefully they should both be in sphere of influence. This stop to the left definitely will be, but I don't know if this stop to the right will be. No, you're not, which is problematic. Right, let's go ahead. I'm going to try and implement a resolution, or a solution, should I say, to this problem. So after a while of just fidgeting stuff around, I managed to get 2 ports in here side by side. So this means that we can go ahead and start getting boats to operate into both. So you guys are going to operate into there, which is good. So you should be able to start running again, which is nice. So I mean, the demand will have crashed here. Surprisingly, it's not, which is good. Because it often does do that. Production's dropping here, but it's just because I think it's the supply. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to drop. Hopefully it won't crash to 0 though. That would be really, really good. But we do have now a new boat route, which is nice to see. Well, let me go ahead and just make the change here. So the Thaxtalt you're going to come out of, and then you're going to go into there, which is good. Okay, so now we just need to go ahead and get some boats which carry some juice on them. So I think it's going to have to be the Vidal. We don't really have any other choices. I was hoping the Hamburg... Wait, the Hamburg can carry oil. We're needing to transport fuel though, that's the only downfall. So we'll buy 1... Actually, no, it's not the Vandal, it's the Viola, the ship. Let's buy 3 of them because it is a long journey. And we'll go ahead and put 3 of those on there. Then to top that off as well, we'll go ahead and also add in a goods depot in this town here. Try get this town to grow that little bit more, which could be quite useful. Okay, so we need to go ahead and look at this view. Fortunately, I don't even know if we will need this, to be honest. Nah, you don't cover enough, to be fair. So what we'll do is we'll put a goods depot probably in about here, and just have 1 or 2 trucks just making their very, very short journey around town. So while I do that, actually, let me go ahead and add in a truck depot just here for me to assign those trucks. Let me go ahead and go into some goods. Let me go ahead and get a city cargo station. Let's go ahead and stick that in, what, there. Let's go ahead and also put in a cargo station there as part of the port. Now we can go ahead and go into road vehicles. We can go ahead and jump into here. So from there to there, this is going to be G, and this is going to be just G Newton, really. G Newton goods is what it is, properly. Now let's go ahead and get some road vehicles. I mean, this is going to be a very short route, so we're just going to put like 2 of these big trucks, big DHL trucks. They can carry a lot as well. And let's go ahead and get you guys to work, which should be good. So now there should hopefully start to be some demand being generated, which I'm hoping for. Things are extremely busy here. Very, very busy here. I mean, the thing is, we've got 4 towns now taking fuel out of this place. That's the crazy thing. Just based on the fact that we've got 2 via rail going to Coburn and to Hetton, and then, oh no, we've only got 3, and we've also got Newton now as well, connected up to this also, which is fine and dandy. I think it'll take a while for something to build up here, but I'm hoping very much for some more in the future. The problem is these boats can't really do too much, which kind of worries me. I might need to go ahead and reinstate some trucks to also help with the movement, just because I can't get any better boats on here. Looked in the workshop, took the best boats I can, can't really find anything better, so it's going to be a shame, but we're going to have to leave it like that for the time being, unfortunately. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. I think we've made some decent progress. How are we doing on the plane side of things? You've got no one. You've got no one, though there is 1 person waiting, and there is some people waiting at the station, which is good. You're full, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest. You're not full. You're not full, which is good. So at least maybe adding an extra 1 of these Stadler flirt trains onto that route's made a difference. What about over at this end of the world? How are things going? 5 people waiting on a plane over here, which is good. How many people are using the tram, interestingly? 0. Which is a shame, though there is 6 more people wanting to go to the airport, so it looks like maybe it's a one-directional plane for the time being. People want to go from this side of the map to the other. But we'll go ahead and probably build another route in the next episodes. That's the first place down, the first plane down, so you have 6 people on you. I think the planes are a bit bunched together right now, to be honest. All in all. But on this plane there should be about 14 people going ahead and getting on it, which I'm quite excited for. There's 11, 12, 13, 14, which is good. Yeah, the planes are way too close together. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this plane land. Then we're going to go ahead and stop it, so we can just go ahead and create a wee bit of a gap. As we can see, that plane's got 14 people on it, so all good there. As we can see, all 3 of these planes back to back, so we're really not allowing for any demand to build up, which is a real shame. So we're going to go ahead and stop you. Hopefully this other plane will stop behind it as well. I just want to jump to the other end now. How many people are waiting there? 3. That's fine. Right, so it looks like that other plane is going to wait behind, which is good. So now I will allow you to run, and I'll pause you, and so on and so forth. So in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, I want to just focus on whatever needs really my attention. And then we're also going to go ahead and add some new flying routes, because that's what I'm interested in for the next episode. So hope you have enjoyed. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and let's try and aim for 10 likes. That would be really, really nice on this episode. Go ahead and support me on Patreon, follow me on Twitter, and that's all, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.